They said it was impossible. They said it would never happen. And yet here we are, watching the New York Giants make one of the boldest coaching decisions of the modern NFL era while the most powerful voice in America publicly celebrates it. Because this isn't just about John Harbaugh taking over the Giants. This is about power, influence, timing, and a franchise that finally admitted what everyone already knew. Playing it safe was killing them. Within seconds of the news breaking, Giants fans weren't just arguing about schemes or Super Bowls. They were arguing about something much bigger. Why did this hire feel different? Why did it feel accelerated? And why did Donald Trump react like he'd been waiting for this exact moment? That's what we're exposing today. John Harbaugh is officially the head coach of the New York Giants for the 2026 season. And before the ink was even dry, the endorsement came flying in. Trump didn't hesitate. He didn't dance around it. He didn't wait for talking heads to shape the narrative. He called Harbaugh a great coach. He said the Giants got something special. He even brought up the Harbaugh bloodline like it was football royalty. And if that didn't catch your attention, what came next should. Because this wasn't a casual compliment. This was something Trump had been pushing publicly for weeks. Right after Harbaugh was fired in Baltimore, Trump went straight to Truth Social and practically shouted at the league to move faster. Hire him now. Don't overthink it. Don't get cute. And then he narrowed the target. The Giants. That matters. Now let's be clear before we go further. This isn't some conspiracy theory where a former president is picking NFL coaches. That's not how this works. But influence, public pressure, and optics, that's a real thing in professional sports whether people want to admit it or not. And the Giants, a franchise drowning in indecision for nearly a decade, suddenly moved with confidence. That alone tells you something shifted inside that building. John Harbaugh didn't just walk into another job. He walked into a power structure unlike anything the Giants have done before. He doesn't report to the general manager. He reports directly to ownership. Let that sink in. This is the Giants admitting the coach is the axis of the entire operation. That football decisions can't be filtered through layers of bureaucracy anymore. That authority needs to be clear, direct, and respected. And Harbaugh didn't flinch when asked about it. He didn't demand special treatment. He didn't sound defensive. He sounded comfortable. That tells me he knew exactly what he was walking into. This wasn't a panic hire. This was a calculated reset. Now let's talk about why John Harbaugh makes sense for New York in a way few coaches ever could. This is a city that eats weakness alive. A market that punishes indecision. A fan base that smells excuses from a mile away. Harbaugh doesn't bring excuses. He brings structure, accountability, and something the Giants have lacked since their last Super Bowl run, emotional authority. Players listen to John Harbaugh. Veterans respect him. Front offices trust him. And ownership clearly believes he's strong enough to stand on his own without micromanagement. That's huge. And yes, let's address the elephant in the room. His firing in Baltimore. This is where narratives get lazy. Harbaugh didn't fail in Baltimore. The Ravens transitioned. That happens. It doesn't erase championships, playoff runs, or years of relevance. Sometimes teams don't need rebuilding. They need separation. And the Giants were desperate for exactly that. Now here's where it gets interesting. Donald Trump didn't just praise Harbaugh. He praised the Giants for making the move. That's subtle but important. It reframes the hire as bold rather than safe. It frames it as leadership rather than reaction. And whether fans like Trump or hate him, his words dominate headlines. They create conversations. They apply pressure. And pressure is exactly what the Giants thrive under when they're at their best. Harbaugh's reaction to the endorsement was calm, almost understated. He said it felt really great. Nothing more. That tells me he understands the optics. He knows this isn't about politics. It's about validation from someone who understands power structures and leadership dynamics. Now let me give you my personal take. This hire raises the Giants' floor immediately. Not ceiling. Floor. That matters more right now. This team has been chaotic. Coaching turnover. Identity crisis. Mixed messaging. Harbaugh eliminates that overnight. Will he win a Super Bowl in year one? That's not guaranteed. But will the Giants be respected again? Absolutely. And here's a prediction I'm comfortable making. The Giants will be aggressive this offseason. Not reckless. Aggressive. Free agents will listen. Coordinators will want in. Because stability attracts talent. Now let's talk about rumors. There's quiet league chatter that Harbaugh already has a quarterback plan. That doesn't mean a blockbuster trade is coming. But it does suggest the Giants won't sit idle and hope development magically happens. Another rumor floating around is that this ownership-first reporting structure could become a model if it works. If Harbaugh succeeds, don't be surprised if other legacy franchises rethink who actually runs football decisions. That's not confirmed. That's speculation. But it's logical. Now here's the big question for you. Did the Giants finally get it right? Or are they betting too much on a familiar name? Because this move wasn't about nostalgia. It was about control. It was about clarity. And it was about saying enough is enough. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is John Harbaugh the coach who brings the Giants back to relevance? Or is this just another chapter in a long rebuild? And one more thing. If Donald Trump hadn't said a word, would this hire feel as big as it does right now? That's the real debate.